Hey y'all, Noons here. Welcome back to Noons Airborne RC. Now this video right here has been a long time in the making. I got this transmitter about 6 months ago. It's the FRSKY X20S. I've been testing it out and I finally made up my opinion on it, and you're gonna find out about it pretty soon. But before we start, here we go.
Get some!
Everybody, here we are, and now we're going to go ahead and begin. So this is the carry case that the X20S comes in. It's like a nice hard case. Feels almost like neoprene, but it's quite not. I went ahead and I put it back in the case the way you would go ahead and pull it out the first time. So you go ahead and open it up, and you got your transmitter, you got your neck strap. This right here protects your switches for transport when they're shipping it to you, and you have some gimbal protectors here as well. Now go ahead and pull this bad boy out. She's in there nice and tight. Go ahead and move this out. Now this video is going to be done a little bit different. I can't just tell you the good things about it and be like, hey, here's this good radio. That wouldn't be a fair review. I will, I had to look not too hard on it for something that I did not like, but it was easily overcomeable. And then I'll give you the whole reason why I went ahead and I jumped ship, and this is going to be the new flagship for the channel. Now this is the FRSKY X20S transmitter in red. There are 24 programmable channels on this bad boy. This is a tandem radio, which means that it operates on 900 megahertz and 2.4 gigahertz. It has an internal RF module. The good thing about this is that it's backwards compatible, so it works with the old 2.4 ACC ST receivers like the SR8, S6R, and the S8R. It also works with the 2.4 axis receivers. Right here is the Archer Plus, SR8 Plus. And it also works with the tandem receivers like the TD-R10 or the R18 or the TD-S-R18 as well. Super low latency, has a color display. It's an 800 by 480 color touchscreen. The other thing that I like about it is the screen's up on top. So when you have the lanyard right here, you're not having to do this to look at your screen that's down here. It's right up on top. There are 6 quick buttons right here on the front and 2 momentary buttons right here on the rear. It comes already with a light terminal, so you can go ahead and put like a CRSF light or one of those 4-in-1 modules, so you can use your Spectrum receivers on it as well. It has built-in audio wireless for your Bluetooth audio device. Hall gimbals, and these things are smooth. I have the Radio Master TX16 right here, and those things are pretty smooth, but these things, they're pretty butter smooth. It runs on the Ethos operating system. I really like it, so I got this radio right here to experiment with, and this Radio Master TX16 is a great radio, and it's nice and cheap. You just got to get to overcome the programming on it, which is, for me, it was very easy. What FRSKY did is they made the Ethos operating system, which basically put that and just organized it a little more. It cleaned it all up. To me, it's pretty good. If you use one of the intelligent radios from like Spectrum, the learning curve is very simple. It runs on Lewis scripts. So like the Archer Plus, the stabilized series, it runs Lewis scripts, so you can go ahead and do the forward programming. OTA, over the air. If I want to go ahead and update this receiver, I just go ahead and get the update on the radio, and I can go ahead and send it directly over the air. I mean, that made it easy. I had to do it in the receiver, excuse me, for the B1 over there in the upcoming video. Now, one thing that I didn't like, and it was weird to overcome, is if you get a normal radio like a TX16 or a Futaba, the sticks, or Spectrum, the sticks are very close together, and this is a little wider. So the muscle memory's there, it just feels a little different. After about the 10th flight, I got used to it, no problems whatsoever. If there was a negative, that's the only negative I can go ahead and give it. Now, the reason why I went ahead and I moved from Spectrum, I had no problem with Spectrum. One time I had one hold on it, and that was at our airfield in like a known bad area. Other than that, it's been working. My Spectrum IX12, that particular radio, the one that I own, is the devil. You could see in previous videos with my turbines and the way that it was acting, dumping my models, just rebooting itself. It's been hectic. Big reason why I was looking at something else, and I looked at this, which we eventually evolved into the FRSKY, and this one right here is going to be here to stay. Other than that issue, the price. You know, I had the IX12. They went ahead and discontinued it. Came out with the IX14. They also discontinued the 12-channel receivers. I believe they were the AR12310 Tangos. Those are the ones I was using my turbines, and I would use, 11, 12 channels of that. And those went up in price from 200 to 300 to 350. Now they're not there. They do sell a 14 channel, but that's like $350. If I was to get the IX14 radio, that's like $899 plus tax, so that's $1,000. They did have a buyback program, but I would still have to pay about $500 for another radio. I picked this up for $479 delivered, no tax, free shipping on it. And the receivers, from what I've used in the past 6 months, if you're familiar with the AS3X, setting the stabilization on this, very similar, very easy. I got it on one switch. I have gyro off, stabilization on, which is like AS3X, and then I have a rescue mode. There's other modes that you can program into it, hover and a whole bunch of other things, but the basic default is that way. Now, price. Like I said, $899 plus tax, $479 delivered, no tax. Receivers, I was paying for like a 6-channel, the AR637 Tangos, I was paying $114.99 plus tax. I mean, just like everybody else. And for like an 8-channel was, what was that one? The AR8360 Tango, which is $129, which is basically another $15 and getting up to 2 channels. So that's what I was buying. So that's $130 plus tax, That got expensive real fast, where they have the Archer SR8 Plus Pro right here. I'm sorry, the Archer Plus SR8 has stabilization, so it works. You get the same features as the AR8360. The big difference is this bad boy is $49.99. So I can buy almost 3 of these receivers for the price of 1 Spectrum. Power safe receivers. For if I would get the IX14 and I would get the Power Safe 14 channel, I believe that's $350 plus tax. And that doesn't come with stabilization. I can get the Tandem SR18, right? That's a stabilized 18 channel Power Safe receiver. And that's, I believe, $150. And that has stabilization in it where the Spectrum didn't. So all in all, it came down to the price. I've been in this hobby for a while. I'm spending a lot of money. I like to keep the receivers in my plane, not rotate them out, the ones that I do keep. But it just got too expensive on the electronic side. I've been very happy with FRSKY. If you're happy with what you have, by all means, stick with what you got. But this is for somebody that's probably in the same boat that I was, that was looking for something else that was out there. This thing right here fits the bill. For beginner, intermediate, all the way to advanced. Surprisingly, how popular this thing is, and there's a following in it. My buddy Lawrence at the airfield, he's had one, and not once has he had an issue with it. So I went ahead and I got one, took the plunge, and now it's got me. So if you guys go ahead and you like this, I'm going to go ahead and put a link down in the description where I went ahead and I picked this up. There are receivers on there. If you find, there's a plethora of receivers out there. Serial, stabilized, not stabilized, power safe. Just there's so many out there. Tandem receivers. And speaking of the tandem, This thing right here, 2.4 900 megahertz. If you ever lost a plane to loss of signal or anything, this thing has the backup of 900 megahertz, and you could set the power. On the default, it's been said it can go a quarter mile. I don't even think I'd be able to see the plane at that distance. So you get that extra added benefit, and the receivers really aren't that much. A tandem R18 is, I believe, $100 for an 18 channel, and I believe it paid $69 for a tandem 10 channel right here. This one is not a stabilized, but they do make them in stabilized as well. So everybody, meet the new bad boy of the channel. I still will be using the Spectrum radios in the planes that I already have the receivers. There's no reason to go ahead and pull those receivers out. I will be ordering one of those 4-in-1 modules so I can go ahead and program them from here and eventually just put the IX12 up on the shelf. Thanks a lot for joining. Noon's out.
Get some!